as a human potential coach, I think I'm not here to change anybody, because change comes from, within. So you have to do the work, but I can partner with you. I can walk, some part of the path with you, and then you just do it alone. So that's the thing. At some point, you have to be your own self coach. So, but if you have this drop in energy, in self-confidence, doubt is too strong, fear is too strong, this is what you call me, so I can get back I can get you back on track, like I said.
I love it. So you kind of walk the path with them until they become self-agent, they're autonomous.
Exactly.
And a simple word, until they become their own guru, right?
Their own guru, exactly. I mean, how can I come into your life? We know each other for a month or even a year, and I tell you, okay, do this, it's good for you. I don't know you at that level. You are with yourself for like 30, 32 years or more. And me, I just came here, and I wouldn't dare say, okay, do this, it's going to be good for you. You know yourself. We tend to forget that we have this wisdom that you talked about. Everyone has it. Everyone has the same brain. Everyone has the same life experience, whether you're in a city or whatever. You have your own life experience, and you developed your own personal tools and resources. So this is already a gold mine, and we tend to always go outside, right? Like they say, the grass is greener on the other side. Well, sometimes you got to do the work within, so your grass is greener than the other side.
Yeah.
So I'm always take 100% of responsibility for who you are and who you want to be, because it starts with you. No amount of books, podcasts, coaches will work if you don't do the work personally.
Yeah, that's so powerful. Oh my God, this is what I get excited when I hear these kind of concepts. So what needs to happen we usually tend to talk with a lot of our members of the group who are also coaches and mentors, and they always say it's usually the pain, when they hit rock bottom, there's when it's just too much and they cannot cope anymore. That's something happens.
Something happens exactly in that. Thank God it hasn't happened for me, in a sense of I didn't have that experience. My personality always wants to upgrade. So I'm never satisfied of who I am. I am content with who I am, and that's super important. But I know that there is always more. So why wouldn't I go for that more? Why wouldn't I want to improve? And that's a personal journey. Not everybody is like that. A lot of people are satisfied. That's great. If you're happy, content, that's just do you. But personally, I'm never satisfied. I'm always ambitious. I go crazy. I'm a dreamer. And if I can do it, I'm just going for it. So as a coach, I think there are some people that want to go to the next level, but you don't know. Or as you said at the beginning of the session, you're too overwhelmed by, there's so much information. There are so many diets. There are so many ways of improving your spirituality, your emotional intelligence, everything, your business. Like, where do I start? Sometimes I find myself like, where do I start? Who do I follow? So, but there is a time that you need to start somewhere, right? So having this paralysis doesn't help, doesn't move you forward. So you need to choose. And then you experiment. I love that. Life is an experimentation, is a full-on experimentation of everything, whether it's relationship, whether it's life, professional, personal, family. You have to experiment in communication, with supplements, with food, to find what is right for you. Because what's right for you, Susan, is not necessarily right for me, but if it worked for you, it may work for me. So I'm going to try it, right? It will not hurt me. So this is, how my mind works,
I love
basically.
It. Yeah, I love it. I call this the mature approach to coaching people, because when you have, I mean, at such a young age, you established a huge potential here already, because we're living in a time, like just before we went live, we started talking about that with you, that a lot of people are always chasing the next coach, the next mentor, the next book, the next everything. But like you said, it's very difficult sometimes to understand that ultimately we need to go with what works and what really kind of shifts us or helps us or moves us in a way and transforms us in a way. And I think from my own experience, because at the beginning of my self-work or self-awareness journey, when I wasn't so much self-aware, but I had the curiosity, like you said, you seem to be I love what you said, by the way. I'm opening another little window. You said that luckily you didn't have to go through such a chaotic crisis or pain in your life to come to this journey. You're probably one of those very rare people that I meet. I only yesterday or the day before I said I've never met anyone who came to self-development journey without the pain, the crisis, but you seem to be that one. So, very rare. So, but that's because your curiosity drove you there. Your curiosity of like, what else is there? What else is there? Like, what else is there? It sounds like it sounds a bit like your little inner child has been nurtured enough for you to be so curious. Oh my God, we're in this thing called life, and there is the moon, the sun, the planet, and I've got my limbs. I never forget. Beginning of the year, my boy is 7. Beginning of the year, the very first time. He was in bed. I was just kind of tucking him in for his sleep, and he started looking at his fingers like that, and he's like, "Oh wow, Mom, how am I able to see him? I've got fingers. How am I able to see? How do I know that it's you and this is me?" He just kind of went into that wild, deep conversation with yeah. That was the very first time he realized he's a human being in a body. It was so beautiful, right? It was so beautiful because I know I'm opening a lot of threads here, but there was one conversation that I love. Michael Pollan talked about, and he said there is a lady, she does huge study and research on child development, and her area is specifically children under 7, children 6 and 7, and she claims that, or her hypothesis is that any child below age 5, they are in this altered states of consciousness. You know how psychedelics put us in this altered, a lot of the grown-ups, they seek this altered states of consciousness, but she claims that children permanently in that altered state of consciousness, and then around age 6, 7, they kind of that is kind of they are ripped away from that, and they suddenly dropped into the reality of this physical plane. And I think my son, I literally witnessed him going through the motions of, oh my God, now I'm a human in a body, I've got limbs and I can see and all that. But I love that. So, and of course, the study says that if you can nurture this altered states in children and creativity and the curiosity that they have, I think they become those amazing human beings with huge potential and constantly exploring what else is here that I cannot see and feel. I feel like you are very similar in your way, and we have to thank your parents for maybe somehow knowingly, unknowingly, they kind of nurtured that curiosity in you